Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, a very different type of video for me today. I'm going to talk about something in a moment, but I had to do a couple of errands a few days ago. Parked at a place that I haven't had to park to for a few years. Ouch, that was a really big bump. And found an area that has been completely changed in the probably 15 or 16 years, maybe even longer, maybe 20 years since I've been down there, and it's only a mile or so from my house. But I just wanted to start my vlog there and take a thumbnail photo there because I thought it looked absolutely incredible. So that's where I'm going. So if you give me a moment, we'll get started. Okay, so this is where I wanted to take my thumbnail, and then we'll just start the vlog then. I'm just going to wind this on as well so I can get a bit more footage, maybe a bit more angular stuffy stuff, whatever we do. And I'll press the button so that it starts recording. Okay. Oh, long way over. That'll be fine. Right, so why did I want to take my thumbnail here? Well, because of that, really. Don't forget to have fun. I think that's an important message. A really important message. And I think if many of us sort of took heed in that message a bit more often, the world might be a better place. Okay, maybe that'll be good enough. Let's have a quick look inside, because when I came down here the other day, and this used to be the main route until they built the dual carriageway which runs across there. Used to be the main route out towards Banwell for a long period of time. But look, now they've built an underpass. Some incredible street art, and I think there's a lot to be said for street art when it's done really well, because it brightens some very grey areas. Right, so what was my subject today? Well, it's a bit different to normal. The title on this blog is going to be LowRider. And as I come out of this dark tunnel now, I'm not talking about the bike, I'm actually talking about me. And sort of how I'm feeling right now as a low rider. Right, so gonna leave the tunnel, start the bike up. I'm going to take the 360 camera off that mount because I bought it, but it's a cheap mount and I'm not completely convinced it's safe. We'll start riding and then we'll start talking. So this stretch of road that we're on right now actually goes over that underpass, which used to be the main route. I'm going to join onto a little road a bit further up the other side of the motorway, which actually connects to it. But yeah, it's a really weird feeling I'm going through right now. Nice bikes. And the most frustrating thing of it is I don't know why I'm low, and this is what's so annoying and frustrating and you know, really gets me is that, you know, I've got a secure job, no issues there. A lot of people in the country haven't. A lot of people are under, you know, very scary situations financially because of their work situation. My job's fairly secure as it could be. It's busy and I get paid a good wage, so that's not an issue. I have an amazing family, you know, they're all well, they're all doing good, they're all fairly secure as well. I say fairly, they're all pretty secure too when it comes to income. You know, most importantly, like I say, they're all healthy. You know, I've got a fairly good life. I've got a garage with motorbikes in, which is just the best thing in the world. And I've got friends that I can talk to, and I've got friends that I've met through motovlogging that I can talk to. Which is, again, what adds to the problem, because I don't know why I feel low. I'm not sort of jumping on a bandwagon of depression. That's not what this is. This is just feeling low. You know, I've known guys that suffer from depression. I've known guys that, you know, have been pretty down with it. This is not like that. This is just a case of not knowing what I need to do to pick myself up. And the most frustrating thing of it is I don't know why I'm down. I think if I did know why I was down, that would make life an awful lot easier, because then I could deal with it and fix it and sort it and get on with things like a grown man, and not be low about stuff that isn't actually there. You know, I don't know what's really going on. I mean, I've got you know, I've got a friend of mine who, in a similar situation, really good job, and you know, wonderful family, everything's going as well as it should, but he gets these dark days, and I think he's the most, or would agree with me, that the most annoying thing is not knowing what puts you there. And the thing is, it snowballs because when you're low, when you're down, and you're feeling a bit meh, what you sometimes do, this is a glorious ride, by the way. Look at these scenery and these roads and how quiet it is. It's just beautiful. But yeah, not knowing what causes it means that you kind of want other people to come down with you, because if they're down with you, they don't talk to you, and that's one less thing you have to think about. And that frustrates me. It frustrates me because I know my family can see it in me, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to deal with it. I've got no issues. I've got no, you know, concerns. I've got nothing to worry about. So why do sometimes I feel low? I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon with this one. A lot of people try and use this for sympathy votes or to get extra views. I'm just going to point out to you that actually that says dead end that way. I don't know if it is a dead end. It might be, because I'm sure maybe the road goes that way. I'll try that way instead. Bit more of a steep bridge than I thought. Bridge. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to very quickly attempt to do a wonderful interpretation of a Saddlebag 73 moment, and take a photo of my bike on a bridge, a pretty bridge with the sun beating down on it, because there is nothing better than chrome and sunshine, let's be fair. Yeah, where was I? This is the trouble, I lose track. Maybe that's the problem. Beautiful. Yeah, it sort of affects other people, and you kind of want them to come down with you, because then they don't have to talk to you, and that means you don't have to talk to them. But that's not fair, that's not right, that's not how things should be. Right, he's going off in that direction, so I think I shall follow him. Oh, where am I? Am I not starting? That's because the ignition wasn't on. Total bell end. And that's the other thing, you also get into the self-loathing side of it, where, you know, everything's your fault. I was saying something, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so not jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm not going to put any information for this, because I'm not going to try and use tags to gain views. I'm not going to put any tags in as a way of gaining views. There will be no tags. The only thing I would say is, if you look down in sort of the bottom corner down here somewhere, my what some people put as a thumbnail to the channel in the bottom corner, I've actually changed to QR code. It's not trying to sell you a mobile phone package or anything like that. What it is a link to Mind, which is a mental health charity. And I'm not saying I have mental health issues, I'm just a bit low. But if you do feel you need to talk to somebody, scan the QR code. I'll put it up bigger on the screen as well now, because I know sometimes these little QR codes that are in sort of thumbnail size, even on a big TV, don't actually work. So I'll put it on the screen now. We are the worst for not talking to people. This is about as far as I would get. I think if I ever did have a real issue that I needed to talk to somebody about, is actually talking to myself through a camera. Oh, we've got a bit of transport coming down here, and we've got a muddy patch here. You see, now the mighty saddlebags wouldn't worry about this, because he'd have his Himalayan, and it would be wonderful at dealing with this sort of terrain and dirt. Whereas I have a Sportster that I polished not an hour ago, and I'm now riding through mud patches, which upsets me. However, while I'm thinking about my motorbike, I'm not thinking about anything else, which is sometimes the best way to be. So there is a reason why I've come this way, and I'm going to quickly end the vlog up here by telling you that the underpass that we started the vlog at, where the graffiti is, the wonderful street art, would have joined a road called Summer Lane, and that road called Summer Lane is this road up here that we're about to join, which takes you off into Bamwell, right here. Well, actually, technically, that's Summer Lane over there, and it joins that, and then that comes out to here. So I'm going to leave the vlog there. It is not a negative vlog. I am very much a glass half full kind of person, even though sometimes my monotonous voice doesn't carry that feeling. But what I would say to you is, sometimes we get low days. Sometimes, you know, that might, if it's not kept in check, stretch into something worse. Make sure you talk to people. Make sure you do what it says on the tin, or at least on the underpass that we started, which is, remember to have fun. Sometimes life is so busy, sometimes life is so hectic that we don't have fun. I will take you to another thought process here. Depression seems to be something that hits the first world countries that have everything, and that's because they have so much to worry about. Third world countries that have absolutely nothing, that literally live from one meal to another, not knowing where it's going to arrive from, or with serious illness, disease, all sorts, homes that are, you know, we wouldn't be allowed to keep a dog in this country without the threat of being put into prison, or at least being heavily fined. People that have nothing worry about less than the people who have so much that worry about everything. So, like I say, I haven't put any tags in. I am not going to try to jump on a bandwagon. If you think this message or this video resonates with you, and you understand it and you get it, and you think it can be of benefit, please share it. That's all I'll ask. Just share it. Because we all need a little help sometimes dealing with everything that we've got. And I think that's sometimes, like I say, the hardest thing, is we have too much to worry about. So stay safe, stay well, stay happy, and I'll catch you on the flip side.